Most people will live with the undesirable circumstances rather than do the undesirable work.
It's the seventh proclamation from the book. We will build expertise rapidly. Just to recap a little bit, right? So first we need to select a focus, and then we need to articulate that focus via a claim of expertise. And finally, we work to quickly add proof to this claim. Because when we make a claim, it's like us planting a flag in the ground and heads turn. The competition takes notice all of a sudden, because prior to that, as a generalist firm, nobody was threatened by us.
Hold on, shouldn't you build those first and then make the claim? What I would say is make the claim before you are perfectly comfortable making it. Your positioning, the claim that you make, can be a little bit aspirational, and recognize that the act of making the claim will hurry you up, will sharpen your focus to build the missing skills, capabilities, and processes like nothing else. So go ahead and make that claim to the world of what you want to specialize in. It's okay to be a little bit aspirational, and then once you've made the claim, now you need to work hard to make sure that you separate yourself from the pack.
Now you write something in here that almost sounds like fighting words, and I love it because it's like, are you in or are you out? Well, average human beings avoid the difficult decision, and that most people will change their desires, even their values, before they will change their behavior. And the question you have for people, the thing that you must face, people, is, are you most people? And I love that. It's like fighting words. You're like, average people do this. Most people do this. Now you have to ask yourself, are you most people?
I'm always struck by somebody who's got some sort of ailment that they could just fix. They could just fix with sleep, diet's the big one, exercise, whatever it is. But you know, what is it, 90%? 95% of people won't do it. Most people will live with the undesirable circumstances rather than do the undesirable work. That's what's going on here with creatives who aren't able to build a deeper expertise. So number one, the difficult business decision of choosing a focus and then doing the work that's required afterwards to build that deep expertise. Most just won't do it. Now, like I've already said, the good news is I think once you choose a focus, if you have any pride in you, the work actually becomes easy. Because what I've noticed in my career is you choose a focus. I'll put a brave claim out there. It's a little bit, let's say, aspirational. And then, because I have a proud streak, it's like I want to be able to live up to it. I have no problem making the claim, but then I will run like hell to go get what's missing to be able to support that claim. But once you're focused and once you have a bit of an ideology, then it's easy. You'll actually like fall into this like set way of how you do what you do. And you kind of tried to bring this up earlier, and I think I steered the conversation somewhere else. In that example in the book, I'm actually talking about ditch digging, although I don't think I say it. So
you do say it.
I do say it. Yeah. If I ask you to dig a ditch one time, certain width and length, it'll take you X long and you'll do it to Y quality. But if I ask you to dig 50 ditches, by the time you've dug 50 ditches, you will be faster, you will be better, and you will have developed a way for diagnosing the ground and what tools you should use and what the shape of the ditch should be. And all of this just becomes from repeated observation and repeated application. So once you narrow your focus, you start to find the best way to do this. Then you keep iterating, you keep developing and furthering. And then one day you realize, wow, I have this codified methodology for ditch digging that, people who only dig a ditch once a year, they would never know this. So let's write this out. Better yet, let's draw this out. So when I'm in front of a nervous late-stage prospect where the quality of our work got us there, but now my job is to calm them down, I can roll out this image, this visual graphic, and say, now let me show you how this is going to work so you can rest assured that we're going to get this right. We've done this before. We do it all the time. We have a bulletproof way of doing it. First, we're going to diagnose the ground by using these tools. Then we're going to select the right digging tools. Then we're going to prescribe the shape of the ditch. And if the ground looks like this, it's going to be a curved ditch. And if the ground looks like this, it's going to be right angles. And we're going to use slightly different tools. And then it's going to take us this long to build it, and we could go in these different directions. And just by walking through your codified methodology, the client is reassured, because the inference is little variability in process equals little variability in outcome. If you've done this so many times that you have developed a codified way of doing it, I, the client, can infer from that low likelihood of screwing up. And that is really important late in the buying cycle when you're trying to close. It's not important early on. What's important early on is your ability to get the client to see a beautiful future. And you can do that just through your portfolio, the quality of your work. You know, sometimes it's better to be different than it is to be better. Or sometimes it's easier or more powerful to show up differently than it is to try to claim to be something better. Now, what do I mean by that? I might be confusing the issue here. What I mean by that is the way that you show up and behave in the sale is a really vital part of you backing up this attitude that we are different. Like Chris said earlier, you play the game to win, or you don't play at all. And by play the game to win, it's like you have an advantage or you're willing to outwork, etc. And like showing up to a high number of pitches and trying to win your fair share, thinking the odds are 1/n, that's not playing to win. That's doing what everybody else is doing. So you either are the hot shop, you either have some sort of advantage, or you try to break the rules. You try to change the rules in your favor.